What's up, everybody? You're back in here, Pro Football Pod. You've got Hulk, you've got Coach, you've got Austin. We appreciate you guys stopping in with us today for this Bills 2025 season record prediction episode. Subscribe down below. Every 500 subscribers, we're giving away a jersey to one of you lucky viewers. We might even give away two. Help us, help you. All right, Bills, just reigning AFC, just dominance since the Patriots left, or, Tom Brady left the division. Patriots are still there, obviously, guys. Don't panic. The Bills, they were able to bring in Joey Bosa. They lost Von Miller, so, hey, let's bring in another aging edge rusher, but I do like that acquisition by them. They also brought in Elijah Moore in the offseason, just to help bolster the receiving core a little bit. Josh Allen got an extension. Greg Rousseau got an extension. Christian Benford got an extension. And what I noticed in what the Bills have done in not only the offseason acquisitions, but the draft with cornerback Maxwell Harrison in the first round, defensive tackle TJ Sanders in the second round, defensive end Landon Jackson in the third round, defensive tackle Deion Walker out of Kentucky in the fourth round, corner Jordan Hancock out of Ohio State, tight end Jackson Hawes, cornerback Dorian Strong out of Virginia Tech. Like, the way the Patriots or not Patriots, but the way the Bills are building their team is we have a quarterback who can mitigate a bunch of mistakes and negatives on our offense by himself. We are absolutely loading up on defense because we don't need to load up on offense because we have a robot back there playing for us. So I love the way the Bills are building it because it's how the Patriots built it. Like with having Tom Brady, and he can handle most of the offense by himself.
Yeah.
Let's just give him a dominant defense so that way he's not having to constantly be in a shootout or play from behind. Like, he can chill because he knows, my defense is going to get me the ball back most likely. So I love what the Bills have done going through this.
Amari Cooper?
I think he's just kind of up in the wind right now, like as a free agent.
Okay. So
I know there was rumors that the Cowboys might have brought him in and they didn't go get George Pickens. Like, Amari could have come back to the Cowboys, which still very well might be on the table and would not shock me in the slightest to see him sign like a 1 year, $4 million deal with
for him.
Yeah, just give him another guy out there. Then he already has that rapport with Dak, so that would work out. So yeah, let's go ahead and just dive right into it because the Bills, I think they're just headed fighting for that 1 seed right off the bat. Week 1, they're at home versus Baltimore. Week 2, they're on the road versus the Jets. Week 3, they're at home versus Miami. Week 4, they're at home versus the Saints. I have them going 3-1. I have them losing week 1 at home on Sunday Night Football to the Baltimore Ravens.
Agreed.
I think they stole that AFC championship or AFC playoff game from them. I think where Josh Allen stole the MVP from Lamar Jackson. You say whatever you want about, Lamar won it last year and Josh Allen was more important. Pull up every stat. Lamar Jackson was by far should have won MVP. Josh Allen stole it. I'll die on that hill. I think Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens come out for blood in that first week, but they're going to be rolling after that. So 3-1 right now.
Agreed.
Yep, I like that. 3-1. All
right, well, next 4. Patriots, week 5 at home on the road versus Atlanta. They get an early bye in week 7, those bastards. Week 8, they're on the road versus Carolina, and then week 9, they're at home versus Kansas City. I've got them going 3-1 again, only loss being versus Kansas City because Josh Allen just has a very hard time with Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Agreed.
I don't know if I agree with that.
You think they go 4-0?
Yeah, I think they could easily go 4-0 in that stretch.
Now, them getting Kansas City at home does benefit them. And It's not like prime time. It's late window, 4:25. So, it is national TV. It's on most televisions, being on CBS. But I don't know. That's one of those, like, kind of with the Dolphins and Josh Allen. Like, I'm not going to call it a win until I see it multiple times. So, like, the Chiefs just have the Bills number. And I don't see any reason for that to change. Like, I'm pretty sure the Bills did beat the Chiefs in the regular season last year, but like I said, it's hard for me to take Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid and not pick them.
After watching both those teams all last season, like there was one team that was obviously more dominant than the other. Like the
There
Kansas
was.
City Chiefs squeaked by every
Yeah,
single game.
no, I'll agree. There was so many
So-
weeks last year to where they just barely like squeaked by. No, I'm fully with you there, and I would not be shocked to see them go 4-0 in that second stretch. Just right now, that's not how I have it.
Well, it is what it is.
All right, next section. We got Miami week 10 in Miami. Then they're back home, but Bills are back home versus the Bucks in week 11, on the road versus the Texans in week 12. Week 13, they're on the road versus the Steelers. I've got them going 4-0 in that stretch.
Yep.
I think they're better than Miami. I think they're better than Tampa Bay. I think they're better than Houston. I think they're much better than Pittsburgh.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna take them down. Who do you think would out of those four though? They got to be between the two
Tampa
T
Bay.
teams.
Tampa.
Yeah.
That being a 1:00 game at home, like that's just kind of one of those like Tampa could come in and steal one from you. But I'm not going to confidently pick them. So, yeah, I got them going 4-0.
Yeah.
What about you, Coach?
4-0.
Same. Only loss this so far is to the teams that are capable of making it to the AFC Championship game every single year, Kansas City and Baltimore. And even though both of them are in Buffalo, I still think that Baltimore and KC, they kind of have Buffalo's number. Buffalo doesn't win versus them often. It's not that they've never beat them. It's just that like they run through almost everybody else, and then they lose to big teams that are like 2 or 3 of the best teams in the league.
Yep.
It's a pretty weak schedule. So
Yeah,
far.
it's not like they have the toughest schedule out here. Week 14, final stretch. At home versus Cincinnati. Then they go on the road versus the Patriots in 15. 16, they're at Cleveland. 17, they're at home versus Philly. 18, they're at home versus the Jets. I've got them going 4-1 in that stretch, with the only loss being Philadelphia Eagles in week 17.
Again, just like I just said, whenever it comes to the best teams in the league, they tend to lose, but everyone else, they run through like wet paper. Cincinnati is the only team that they play here that's even close to being on their level.
But
And they're
Cincy's
really not.
defense is has
Exactly.
nothing to be able to
and
stop
Philly.
that offense.
They're not on their level.
Cincy and Philly.
Exactly. Philly's going to beat them. Cincinnati's the only other team that's even close, and they're not at that level.
No, that's a game to where Cincy is praying it turns into a 48-45 shootout, and they just have a shot at the end.
You guys forget when that game got canceled against Cincy, and they were about to dog mop that team.
That was a couple
We'll
years
never
ago,
know.
man.
We'll
And
never know.
honestly,
So I'm gonna give the dub to Cincy. I like what Cincy's bringing to the table.
The game where the DeMar Hamlin game?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. We'll never know what that game was going to do. We'll never know.
Well,
It was
we're
third
getting
quarter.
the revenge.
it was
now.
third quarter whenever that all happened.
They
Cincy-
haven't played since then, so
Yeah, Cincy could have just came back and smacked them. You don't know. You don't know, Austin.
Cincy was already up.
Yeah,
So
Cincinnati
I've got-
was up, and they did look like
okay.
they were
They were
going
up,
to win.
like,
If we're being real,
like
it looked like it was going to be Cincinnati's game, but you're discounting what Josh Allen will do, and like Justin's been saying, their defense did get a hair better. Their defensive line
I
should
think
have
their
gotten a
defense
lot
got
better.
much better. Oh, they also brought Tre'Davious White back, which, he's towards the end of his career and not the player that he was when he was playing with them before. But still, like, they're getting Matt Milano back. Like, the Bills' defense is going to be back. I think the Bills end up with the 1 seed. Like, I think the AFC is going to have to run through them in the postseason. As much as I hate to say it, Baltimore, I think, would be the only other team that's going to compete with them. Like, I think Kansas City, the squeaking through that they did last season, isn't going to be the case this year. Like, I think if they keep those games close again, they're going to start dropping them this year.
Kansas City
So-
plays Philly, Baltimore, Detroit, Washington, Denver,
Yeah, they got a
Dallas,
tough schedule.
Houston, the Chargers. Like, they play Tennessee, Las Vegas, and the Chargers. No, I wouldn't even want to count the Chargers. Like, of the shit teams, they play Tennessee and Las Vegas twice because they're in their division. They play Indianapolis once. Like, they have a very tough go at it compared to what we just went through for the Bills.
Yeah, so I've got the Bills 14-3 on the year.
Agreed. Only 3 teams that are on their level, that are even capable
Philly,
of, like,
Kansas
being...
City, and Baltimore.
Yep.
And
I
like
think
said,
that they
like,
lose to every single one of
I
them.
wouldn't be shocked to see them drop one to Tampa Bay, Houston, Cincinnati.
That wouldn't surprise me. I just don't think it
maybe
happens.
one to Miami. Like, I wouldn't be shocked to see him somehow split with Miami if
it wasn't on Thursday
all
Night
cylinders
Football,
are clicking.
like, of course they play them week 3 in Miami. Awesome. But they also play them at 8 o'clock at night. That sucks. Like, that hurts Miami's chances of winning that game so much.
That's the NFL just being like, all right, Bills fans, you complain about the sun, so we'll give you an early week, but we'll take the sun away.
Yeah.
So here's the moon for you. So, hey, Bills fans, congratulations. The AFC East is going to be yours again, as much as I hate it. I'd love to say, hey, these other teams are coming for you, but I don't see that on the horizon right now. Have fun with it. We appreciate y'all for sticking out with us today. TulsiRoseTea.com is the sponsor. Smash that button down below, the one that says subscribe. Do that. We're giving away jerseys out here. We love you guys. Peace out.
Doses.